Hey, how's everybody out there tonight doing? It's time for some Islander podcasts. It's our time of year, folks. It's late August, early September when all the Islander transactions get announced. And if you haven't gotten used to that yet, I feel bad for you again next year. Lou Lamorel is still the GM because probably the same thing will happen all over again, which it does every year. But now that it's our time of year when all our transactions happen and everything happens, we got 7 transactions to talk about. So, I guess Lou is giving me a birthday present on the 22nd, is my birthday, so that's when he decided to, announce the, first 3 transactions, which were excellent transactions. I thought some people are going crazy over Bellows getting his 1.2 million for 1 year, but I still think it's gonna be a good contract, especially if, depends how Lane plays him. Like, you gotta play the guy to let him he's a goal scorer. You gotta leave him out there. You gotta put him in the situations. I don't know if anybody remembers when last year when Wally went down for a bit and Bellows took his spot on the power play, and actually, to be honest, in the short time that Bellows was on that power play, he probably outplayed Wallstrom, who was doing it for the entire year. So, who knows what'll happen with Kiefer this year? But I like that contract on 1.2 million. Those kind of contracts never bother me. Everybody is always worried about nickels and dimes and everything. And I know you go down in the comment section below and you could say, well, they add up if you save 300,000 on every contract. Yeah, I know, I get it, but 1.2 mil is not going to kill you no matter what. Even if you send them to the A, it wouldn't really matter. So anyway, that was one of them. But our biggest signings was actually 2 3-year deals. One going to Noah Dobson and the other going to Alex Romanoff. Heard on a podcast that he doesn't mind being called either. So I'm gonna go with Alex because it's quicker and it's more North Americanized. So anyway, Romanov signs a 3-year deal for 2.5 million per year. And if you watch my previous podcast about Romanov, I was thrilled with that trade. And I would trade the 13th overall pick for Romanov any day, a 22-year-old defenseman, getting him at 2.5 AAV. So you're not going to go wrong there. I'm really excited about our defense. Lou has put together one fantastic decor. But I guess on a side note today, Sebastian Aho getting picked up in Sweden for impaired driving. However, I mean, I took a look at it. I mean, it's point zero 0.02 in Canada is point zero 0.08, and he blew point zero 0.03. So that's what, one drink. He had one drink, maybe. I don't know. So, uh, tough drinking and driving laws over in Sweden. I'll say that for sure, no doubt about it. Yeah, so that's just off on the side. But let's take a look at the Dobson deal. 3 years at 4 mil. That is just a fantastic deal, especially the way Noah blossomed last year, and I expect him to take another huge leap this year. It's going to be fun to watch Noah. And to get him on a 3-year contract at 4 million is definitely team friendly for sure. He could have got more. Uh, but and it still leaves us time to get that long-term contract to him and get it to him at the right age. So, try to take advantage of these 3 years. We know a lot of Islander players have already taken discounts like Pellick and Bullock. They could have tried to get more, but they didn't. And so it's looking good on the decor for sure. So I'm expecting Dobson and Romanoff to be partnering, and knowing that we're going to have them together for 3 years is fantastic. And we all know Pellick and Pollock are all locked up. So yeah, you can't go wrong with any of these signings today. So even though I know people are bitching about the Bellows one, I still think the Bellows contract is a good one, and I haven't lost faith in the kid yet. He still may come through for us. So anyway, let's take a look at the other 4 transactions that we made. Nothing earth shattering. It was more for Bridgeport. Basically 4 signings, and they're all two-way contracts, which I really like. I hate when these borderline guys get a one-way contract, and that almost guarantees them to be stuck on the team most of the year. I mean, yeah, I like the two-way ones better, and three of them are 2-year deals, which is good for Bridgeport. So that'll bring some stability to Bridgeport. So signing the biggest one of the bunch would be Dennis Cholowski, former first rounder from the Detroit Red Wings, and he's got 100 and some odd games of NHL experience. He's probably lacking on the D side. I'm not going to lie to you and say I followed him a whole lot. I seen him in the early stages of his NHL career, and he looked really promising. And I don't know what went wrong from there, unless he just didn't adapt to the defensive side of the puck like he should have. But I think he's a great guy to have down in Bridgeport, just in case for injuries as they come. It's not a bad depth defenseman to have at all. And two other guys that signed the 2-year deals were Durando and Ledoux. They've been with us for a while now. Now Ledoux, he's a 29-year-old, so he's more of a AHL guy, and he's going to be that 8, 9, 10 guy that gets brought up if we run into injuries. But it's nice to have those kind of guys down in the AHL. Helps out your younger guys. So and Durando, I believe, played with Dobson in junior. Was really the last time that I seen Durando play. I don't get a chance to watch many Bridgeport games, so uh, anyway, he's an original Islander draft pick. I think he was fifth or sixth or round. I can't remember, but I do remember him playing with Noah on that Memorial Cup team. So yeah, so we bring back two guys that we didn't have before, and we're also bringing in Fashing from Arizona. He only signed a 1-year 2-way contract, but all 4 contracts are 2-ways. So there's your 7 transactions for the Isles, all within a couple of days. So typical Lou fashion. I still expect the it'll be the PTOs that everybody starts crying about that we sign, which Lou does every year. I mean, remember Gustafson and all those guys. So yeah, that'll be our 7 transactions. So we got Noah Dobson signing a 3-year deal, 4 million AAV. Romanov doing the same, but with an AAV of 2.5 mils. So a good contract there for Islander friendly, I think, for sure. This guy's going to be real good, and Islander fans are going to be real happy with him. Bellows 1.2, guy's 23 years old. He's been loyal. He's been loyal to the franchise, and he never bitches. He just tries as hard as he can and competes, and it may pay off in spades for us. You never know. If he gets his confidence in the NHL level, he could be looking at a lot bigger payday if he has a really good season this year. So let's see what situation that Lane's going to put him into. And of course, the 4 AHL contracts that were all 2-way contracts, 2 of them or 3 of them being 2 years in length, and one being 1. Fashing being the one who had the 1-year deal, and the other 3 with the 2-year deals, and that was Cholowski, Durando, as well as who am I forgetting there? Ledoux, yes, our 29-year-old defenseman. So anyway, that's what we got for the transactions for now. Like I said, I do expect some PTO signings by Lou coming up right before camp, and it wouldn't surprise me if I'm hoping not that Chera or Green could be in those conversations. I'm hoping our time is done with those guys, but you never know with Lou. So anyway, that's all we got for this one. Check out my next podcast. I'm going to be doing it's on my take of our prospects at the World Juniors. I pretty much watched all the games, and I'll just basically give an eyeball report on how I thought they did at the World Juniors. So until then, all you Islander fans, you take care out there, and peace out.